beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. Oh, he bowls over it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Pickett. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 41. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Now Pickett will look to pass it. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
But both teams practice this situation, And this time, the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Here's Tua. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. The Dolphins at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. We're scoreless after 1. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. From midfield, here's Tua. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. This is intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. The defense gets on the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only the field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Picking now to throw off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Off play action, Pickett.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
He had already had an interception earlier. Now Charles says, I think I'll get another, and I'll take this one all the way back to the score.
Well, you know how I feel about those defensive backs, especially safeties. They're certainly some of the best athletes on the team. They're asked to do a little bit of everything. And when you combine their athleticism with their field vision, those types of plays result.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now a first down carry for Harris. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Pickett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They hand this off to Harris. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Now Pickett on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Tua.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Tyson Alualu gets in there and drops him. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. 1st and 10, here's Pickett.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Final play of the 1st half. Here's Pickett.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
In the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Steelers are on the board here in the final seconds of the 1st half.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback, and when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 2nd and 7.
Tua. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Ultra.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Tua.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to fight.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about it.
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
That's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime, But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate. Those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. This is Harris. Pushes him over. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30.
Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
They'll run with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Trubisky. Here's Fuller with a catch.
On the move past the 40. Still on his feet.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Steal. Check steal. Ready?
Once again, it's Mostert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, here is Jones.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
It's the ex-Dolphin, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
A good hold in these run conditions. The point after's up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll try the right side with Harris.
95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Trubisky.
He's got this to Pickens.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now Gordon on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Trubisky.
Finds Pickens outright.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where his coaches...
Now Trubisky lost the football, but it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Play action. Now Trubisky. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Down to an Eagles Tua, and that should just about do it. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked at the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure.